guys, how are you doing? It's Kat at spiritual-candy.com, awakening with you to the relationship you really want with today's free online tarot pick a card reading, and it is what are their real intentions. So today's reading is intuitive, and remember it's also general, so some of the message may not resonate. If they don't, just ignore them and take what does. If you want your own private reading on any topic at all, it's £20 for 20 minutes and you get your reading within 48 hours. Go to the description box below or to spiritual-candy.com if you want to find out more. So my goal at Spiritual Candy is to help you to have a better relationship with yourself, the universe and others. So for more free tools, goodies, books, etc. on spiritual relationships, please head over to spiritual-candy.com and check it out. So I hope you're all great and that you enjoyed today's reading. If you do, please be sure to like it. Also, if you're not already subscribed, please do hit the bell so that you can get more information from the guides in future. Now, today's reading is, it's not different, but I do just want to say a couple of things before we start. I hope that you haven't just cut to the timestamp. If you have, you'll find out there as well. But with their real intentions today, the blue card is the butterfly oracle card for life changes. This is the message from their higher self. The tarot, the Rider-Waite, is their current intentions from their personality self. So it's almost like what they should be doing, what they should be doing and what they're actually doing, you know. So it's their real intentions from a personality self and their real intentions from their higher self. Okay, so let's get on with it anyway. You'll see what I mean. Hi, number ones. Okay, so right, so this is their real intentions from their higher self. This is their real intentions from their personality self. Okay, so their real intentions from their personality self, we've got double 5. They need to change and transform, but they're not going to. They need to change and transform, but they don't want to. They are digging their heels in. They are determined that they are going to stick to the path. They're not going to make any major out there changes. They're going to stick to what they think is right. What they're going to stick. There may be a moral aspect here as well, that they feel like they can't. They're going down a road. It's not really working for them. It's not really what's right for them. But they're digging their heels in, and they're continuing down that road regardless of the fact that it is hurting them, or it's hurting them and you, or them and other people. It's not the best way. It's not working. They need to go back to the drawing board, back to square one. They need to start again, or they need to change the way they're doing things. They need to surrender it and go a different way. But even though they're being called to the higher path by the Hierophant, they're also got this Hierophant energy of putting one foot in front of the other, not deviating too much, not going wildly off the path, you know, not making any rash changes. Well, actually, in many ways, they need to make a rash change. The double 5, they need to change and transform, but they're not doing. Look at this. They need to change their mind, and they need to retire. They need to give in. They need to surrender. Right, so their intentions, their higher self, what they're going through at the minute, they are being taught to surrender, to change their minds, to have the flexibility to listen to their higher selves, not listen to the world, not listen to the 3D world around them, not to listen to what their mum says or their friend says or their, you know, but to listen to their inner self. That's what they need to do. Are they doing that? No. No, they're not. They're not taking the call to change. They're digging their heels in. They're not deviating from what they're doing. So this is more 5 of Swords. Real self, higher self, personality self, you know. I mean, the real self, the soul self, is not butting against the personality self. But the point is, it's more friction, because this person is being guided. This person is being guided. Their real intentions from their higher self is to change their mind, is to surrender and to move towards this positive change regarding this situation that you're asking about. but what they're actually doing is digging their heels in and refusing to follow that inner call. Very likely the higher self will win out eventually, but when? Who knows, because we have free will, and this person is pretty determined to stick to what they're doing. Thank you so much, number ones. I'll see you tomorrow or on a private reading in the meantime. See you soon, guys. Hi, number twos. Okay, their current intentions. So this is what they should be doing, or what they're being guided to do by their higher selves, or this is well, this is kind of, yeah, this is what they're supposed to be doing from their higher selves. This is their real intentions. And this is their intentions from a personality point of view. They're not actually that dissimilar. They're not as dissimilar, say, as the group number one. They were completely opposite, really. Right, their higher self, the lesson, they're in the higher self lesson that they're the call that the higher self has got for this person is to make them move on to their spiritual path. You know, the real intentions of this person's higher self is to evolve, is to awaken, is to become more conscious, is to move onto their path, to move towards their higher self, towards their conscious self. But this is in reverse. They're not doing it. They're not doing it. They're blocking their higher self's intentions. I mean, it's not bad though. Their real intentions are to move on from what's not satisfying them anymore, to go for what they really want, to let go of old addictions and old patterns, to move forwards towards a situation where they get more of what they want, where they feel content, where they feel happiness. But it's all emotional, it's not so much spiritual. So it's still, for me, it's still got a bit of an egoic, and I mean that in a spiritual sense. I don't mean they're big-headed. I mean, it's still got a bit of egoic attachment. So what I mean is they're leaving behind something that they don't really want. They're wanting to, their real intentions are to move towards you or towards this situation, and they think that this situation is going to make them fulfilled. But because they're not being spiritual about it, because they're not coming at it from the heart and soul, you know, there's a potential for them to get bored of this as well and then want to move on again. You know, so it's not bad, but it's very 3D like. That's all I'm saying. It's very 3D like. So their real intentions are to leave the past behind, are to move forwards, are to move towards an ideal situation, but it could be a little bit rose-colored glasses. It could be a little bit like, you know, they're bored of their current situation. They're going for what they really want. That they're coming towards, it's almost certainly you. You know, they're coming towards this ideal situation, but it's could be a bit of a Pollyanna idea of like, well, this will all be wonderful because it's new and shiny, because it's definitely not got a strong spiritual aspect. It's not coming from the heart and soul. It's not a whole person coming towards a whole situation. I hope that makes sense. That said, I mean, that said, they are trying to do the right thing. So this is a bit of a mixed bag. I think that it's just to be aware, if you're very spiritual, if you're quite conscious, just be careful or be aware that I don't think this person is so much. So within a certain length of time, this person will start to feel discontent within the situation because they're looking outside of themselves for fulfillment. That's really what I mean by they're not being spiritual about it, okay? So if that wasn't clear, just to clarify, they're looking outside of themselves for fulfillment. So at the minute, they're not satisfied with what they've got because they've kind of, it doesn't, you know, they've kind of got bored with it sort of thing, or it's not interesting to them anymore because the mind's kind of been there, done that, so they're now wanting to move on. But of course, if you're looking for that emotional fulfillment outside of yourself, you get bored with it eventually. You know, you use it up, so to speak, and then want to move on again. So just be careful with that. But the emotions, their real intentions towards you and the situation are really good. They do want to do the right thing. Positive karma is in your favor. The right thing will happen. So actually it's very good. It's just that if you are quite conscious and you're looking for someone who, or you're hoping that they will be coming towards you from a whole fulfilled point of view, I don't think that's true. I think that they're looking to you to fulfill them. And so just watch out for that. Okay, so much love, number 2s. I'll see you tomorrow or on a private reading in the meantime. Hi, number 3s. How are you doing? Okay, so their real intentions. Okay. Wow. Okay, their real intentions. The Tower, the 5 of Cups, and Volunteer. Okay, I mean, there's a lot of drama around this person. Now, they've got the Tower and the 5 of Cups. This is really about loss. But the Volunteer is about giving of yourself freely. Volunteering is about giving yourself and not expecting anything in return. Their real intentions are to give themselves to you in some way, shape or form, or to give to you. They want to give to you. But their real intentions are also, they're very loss-based. 5 of Cups. I'm just listening to see what they say. Oh, okay, right. It's fairly straightforward. What they're saying is this person has been through a lot, or they are going through a lot. There's a massive, massive load of chaos in their life that they're struggling to recover from. They're struggling to transform, change, get over. They're struggling to leave the past behind and see the opportunity. They're struggling to turn their life around. It has been a blessing in disguise. Yes, the situation did need to end. Their real intentions are to give to you, but they're reeling still. They're reeling still from this situation. It's not that complicated at all. I don't know why it took me ages to hear what they were saying. Sometimes it happens. Yeah, it's not that complicated. They've had a really big, shocking, chaotic or difficult time. They're struggling to recover from it. They do want to change. They do want to transform. Ultimately, their higher self wants to come towards you, but like their regular everyday self is not kind of in that same situation, because their regular everyday self is kind of caught up in the drama of it all. But ultimately they're moving towards you. Their higher self, therefore their intuitive nudging, therefore their deeper feelings, once they've calmed down after this situation, their deeper feelings will be to want to offer something to you, to want to come towards you. Okay, at the minute their feelings, their intentions are to just, well, they don't have any intentions because they're just reeling with what's going on. So I hope this makes sense. So much love to you, number 3s. I will speak to you tomorrow or on a private reading in the meantime. So much love to you guys. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow.